Hi friends, in this video we are going to learn bond. In the limit state method, a limit state of collapse, so one more is bond. Right, so bond, what is the bond? The attraction between two same materials or the attraction between two different material, right, are adhesion forces between steel and concrete. The cohesion forces means same material, right? Adhesion forces means two different material, right? The adhesion forces between two different material is called as bond, right? So the adhesion between two different material is called bond, right? So in this subject point of view, the bond is, it is adhesion between steel and concrete, right? So we will see the bond, right? What is bond? Right. So the adhesion bond, it is an adhesion, between steel and concrete. Adhesion between steel and concrete, right? It is an adhesion between steel and concrete. It is an adhesion means attraction, right? So it is an adhesion between steel and concrete. So it is called as bond. So it is known as bond. Right? So it is known as bond. Right? So Bernoulli assumption is valid. Bernoulli's assumption is valid, right? So Bernoulli's assumption is valid only when there is a perfect bond between steel and concrete. రైట్, ఇక్కడ ఏమంటున్నాం మనం, అడ్హిషన్ బిట్వీన్ స్టీల్ అండ్ కాంక్రీట్. అడ్హిషన్ అంటే టూ డిఫరెంట్ మెటీరియల్స్ మధ్యలో ఉన్న అట్రాక్షన్ మనం అడ్హెషన్ అంటాం. అడ్హిషన్ మీన్స్ టూ డిఫరెంట్ మెటీరియల్స్, ఇప్పుడు స్టీల్ ఉంది డిఫరెంట్ మెటీరియల్, కాంక్రీట్ ఉంది డిఫరెంట్ మెటీరియల్, రైట్? టూ సేమ్ మెటీరియల్స్ మధ్య ఉన్న అట్రాక్షన్ మనం కోహిజన్ అంటాం, రైట్? బట్ హియర్ ద అడ్హిషన్ బిట్వీన్ స్టీల్ అండ్ కాంక్రీట్ ఈజ్ నోన్ యాజ్ బాండ్, రైట్? సో హియర్ ద Bernoulli's assumption is valid only there is a perfect bond between steel and concrete, right? So this is a bond. And so now we see the classification of bond. What is the classification of bonds? Normally the bond is classified into two types, that is flexural bond and development bond. Flexural bond, it is called as the local bond, and second one is development bond, it is called as the anchorage bond, right? So next one is a classification of bond, right? So classification of bond, right? It is classified into two types. Number one is a flexural bond. It is also known as flexural bond. It is also known as local bond. Alright, so number one is flexural bond. It is also known as the local bond, right? So it is arised due to change in tensile force, right? So it is arise due to change in tensile force along the length of the beam, along the length of the beam, along the length of the beam, right? So which leads to change in bending moment along the length of the beam, along the length of beam. Alright, so classification of bond. First one is flexural bond. It is also known as local bond. Right, so flexural bond, it is also known as local bond. This flexural bond is arises due to tensile force along the length of the beam. It leads to bending moment along the length of the beam, right? So it is length of the beam. Right, so it is beam due to the application of load, right? So here the deflection is occurs due to the application of load, right? So it is arises due to change in tensile force along the length of the beam. Change in tensile force along the length of the beam, it leads to the bending moment, so along the length of the beam, right? So this is called as the flexural bond. Right, so this is called flexural bond, and the second one is anchorage bond. Anchorage bond, it is also known as anchorage bond. It is also known as development. Anchorage bond, it is known as development bond. Anchorage bond, it is known as development bond, right? It is arised due to the result of right, so it is arised due to the result of axial force, due to the result of axial force, due to the result of, it is arised due to the result of axial force in the steel bar, axial force in the steel bar, right? So which is occurs inside of the support reaction, which is develops inside of support reaction, inside of support reaction, inside of support reaction, right? ఇక్కడ మనం యాంకరేజ్ బాండ్ ఆర్ డెవలప్మెంట్ బాండ్ అన్నాం, రైట్? సో ఇట్ ఈస్ అరైజ్డ్ డ్యూ టు result of axial force, result of axial force. What is the meaning of axial force? This is either tensile force or either compressive force. It is called as the axial force, right? Axial force, right? So this anchorage bond or development bond, it is arised due to the result of axial force in the steel bar, which is develops inside of the support reaction only, not outside of the reaction, right? So this is anchorage bond, right? So this is the anchorage bond. How this anchorage bond is develops inside of the support reaction, right? So inside of the support reaction, for example, this is the support, right? So this is the support. In this support, so here, so మనకి బీమ్ ఉంది. ఏం బీమ్ ఇది? దిస్ బీమ్ ఈజ్ కాల్డ్ cantilever beam. So this cantilever portion is provided in the support. This cantilever portion is provided in the support, and this is UDL, uniform distributed load is applied. So that is UDL. right? So this is the UDL. Along the length of the beam, this is the length, right? So this is the length. But here, due to the application of external force, so here the tension is develops like this, the bending moment is develops like this. So here we provide the reinforcement bar here. We provide reinforcement bar here, right? So this is called as anchorage length, right? So this length is called as, so due to this bending, so here, so a reaction is develops like this. This length is called as anchorage length. This is LD, anchorage length, right? So take only this portion,